Hello, beautiful people. Like, share, and subscribe. So I was going through somebody's posts. A guy I love reading his posts. He's always critical of the government, but he does it in a very subtle way. And I enjoy reading his piece. So somebody in the comment section there called Wike Whisky Man, and so I decided to tag the headline as Whisky Man meets Senegal President. And I was now reading what the guy that I love reading his post said. He said during Wiki's time it was just not paying pensioners their money. It was all about building flyovers, carrying band, talking, and at the end of the day, he didn't develop the humans. He didn't. In fact, I remember there was a boy that bombed himself during the election in order to cause chaos. I think it was I can't even remember whether he was a graduate somewhere caught. Imagine graduates working for peanuts, young people. And this Wike, that's a whiskey man, smiling at meeting Senegal President. And you see them, these old fools in Nigeria, all of them clapping. You see, this Nigeria is a very funny case. In the next 10 years, Wike will be relevant. What is 10 years? 10 years is too long. I remember Dalong that the Falconers won trophy. Dalong said he didn't know they would win trophy, so they didn't keep money for them. The same Dalong was crying the other day that Nigerian public health system, that because he didn't deposit money, he almost died when he had an emergency. And I'm like, you understand? Dalong to me is one of the worst ministers, even though right now it looks as if he's supporting Obi. To me, is one of the worst ministers. What of Bashir? That one is also still supporting Obi. He used how much to cut grass in their crime-laden corruption government. You understand? So this is the kind of country we'll find ourselves where leaders cannot develop the young, and later those young become Boko Haram and unknown gunmen. Let me tell you, Nigerian leaders have not seen any building digital libraries in all the local government. It doesn't even need to be digital library safe. These days with Elon Musk, it's not just 400,000 and it can power about 20-something computers. I'm sure they will even have the bigger scale. Why don't you do something like that? The local government, big library, put 1 or 2 air condition. These days they have solar, what do they call it? Solar, this thing that can power 10 million naira solar, 20 million can power that thing for you very, very well. Just put air condition one, make the place airtight, make the environment nice, give the youth hope. What of sports? I've mentioned some of these things. Use sports to give people hope. The junior category, they'll be playing for Europe. The senior, you pour 1 million every quarter, people are winning. You ban fighting and all those. Anybody that fights will not win the trophy. Those type of things. Put jersey, make it branded. Or anybody that beats referee. You understand what I'm saying? So these are just some of the ways you can improve this country. Build the rural roads, at least the major roads in the rural areas. These rural areas that be abandoned. Bring in agricultural machine. Now I'm saying not to say he wants to invest in schools. I was so happy when I saw it. You understand? You should also do sports centers. Give people in the rural areas in Abia State hope. The same thing in other places in Nigeria. People in the rural area are hopeless. I served in a rural area. That was the first time I came in contact of how people in the rural areas don't have anything to look for. That's why you see many of them join crime, and they will now exploit their crime to the urban centers. So, and not only rural areas, even urban areas too. You understand? Brief sports centers every 1 kilometer or every 5 kilometers. Look for sponsors. So these are just some of the ways you can improve and give people hope. Look at your state like a mini state. Start growing food in large scale and sell it only in your state. Then you can export the remaining. You can have a MOU with a big brand. You can even create a mini supermarket like that. At the end of the day, you understand, you create a mini supermarket in your state. This food will be supplied to those people, and they can sell it only on retail. Put it in strategic areas all over your state so that people can be able to afford cheap food. Then the excess, you export it. at the end of the day, you start even processing this food. How can plantain be expensive in Nigeria? When I think of it, it makes me crazy. I ask people who have lived in Cameroon, and they tell me, and the Cote d'Ivoire, they tell me plantain is cheap. There is no large scale. I've never seen any large scale plantation of plantain. I'm talking of 5 kilometers, 10 kilo in the whole southeast, southwest. And I've traveled a lot. I'm not saying maybe they are not, but why don't I see them on the road? Because they don't exist. I also travel to other countries where I see scale of agricultural stuff being done. You understand? So these are just some of the Nigerian governors. Most of them are not doing anything. They're just doing roads. You understand? The federal zero, state zero. That's why we should scrap the state governorship system. So everybody will focus on the center. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say Nigeria needs to go back to 6 regions. I know before we had 3 regions. That 3 regions will not work now. 6 regions. You understand? Everybody look inwards. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Smiling sheepishly, who don't develop the youth. He didn't build any skill acquisition center, did he? In the rural areas, I saw a video of a place in Enugu. All of them are almost turning blind. No health care. Health care should be free. You just pay 5 naira or 1 naira and you'll be let's even say free. Just only what you need is your ID card. It needs to be free for everybody. All the medicine, even all these antibiotics they're chatting should be free. God, they will be praying for you while they're taking those medicines. I know how it feels when I was broke, when I didn't have money for healthcare, and I know how difficult it is to get even the most basic medicine. You can have small crocro, that crocro will grow to pus because there's no hope. When I see people clapping for Wike because he was building flyover, I'll just be laughing. I just say this country, the people are just something else. You don't develop the humans. You build only flyover, you want people to clap for you. You build road, you want people to clap for you. That's why I still tell you that I'm going to only celebrate Lesotho. Now that he has started schools, yes, he's in the right direction. Upgrade. He must also build new schools. Apart from upgrading the issue. After upgrading, he must build new schools. Oti is going to do a lot of work, the way I say it, and it's going to be very exciting. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Nigerian leaders, they keep on telling youth is the future. They don't develop the youth.